I think the puck coddle one's pretty even in the mid lane. If you want to like look at the off lanes, the Sven should be a little favored against the Darkseer. So that one goes a little bit Tundra's way, and then also the safe lane will go definitely in Tickles' way. So I want to say it's pretty even, I would say,
Okay.
as far as the laning stage go. Both safe lanes should win, mid should be a wash, and that'll pretty much be the game.
Then we have to pay a lot of attention to how the supports are going to rotate as well to try and set up some of the stacks. So we'll even hold that thought real quick as Tundra pretty aggressive with their smoke already, looking to evade into Tickles' jungle. Narman with the Shadow Walk, though, is going to be a pretty difficult kill.
Oh, they got the dust, too. So, didn't even catch Narman with the dust there, just forced it out. They were ready for that, too, with that early dust, and that's kind of a bit painful. You don't want to start your item build, right? Every single item build you have, you're pretty much min-maxing, like, how much efficiency you're getting with your items, and buying a dust never feels good at level 1, and especially if you use it and you don't get anything from it. So that's a smoke plus dust down the drain here, but we're still smoked on Team Tickles, though.
Yeah, it was a really late smoke from them at that. They have a pretty deep observer ward as well that Scout Thompson gets a little glimpse of Pure and White one as well, so we'll see the trajectory they want to take to potentially take a fight around this bottom power rune. It looks like Tundra probably not going to contest this, so the late smoke from Geek Fan won't work out. Sorry, from Tickles. I cannot believe they still have their tags. What is going on? Why do they all? Like, Lorenov has level up. Like, DeCarlos has his X-team as well.
Haven't updated quite yet, unfortunately. Sometimes it'd be like that.
I miss the stand-in tag. I have no idea why we don't get stand-in tags anymore. Like, just
it does feel kind of delayed every single time. And I see a tag update. It's I don't know. It feels like it takes like half a year for it to get updated.
It's like you're potentially one more event and they're already off the team anyway. Like, what's the point of having the tag now? Like, sort it out to start. I don't know what's going on. But that's right. We'll you'll see.
Just gotta know. So something really important to look at is normally when I look at a Darkseer lane is how well does it do in the first couple waves? Because that's when this hero is the weakest, and he did pretty well getting 3 out of 4 in the first wave, and then Narman realizing it's a weak lane and is going to pull the wave and kind of do some shenanigans down here.
Oh my god. Ah, yes. I have not missed this, I must say. I've not seen this for quite some time, so it's... You'll forget it only once in every couple of games. It's not the worst.
Yeah. I mean, it's not as bad as it used to be, right? But
yes.
When it was just like 24/7, your designated duty as a pos force just to pull waves every single wave. But with the new changes of not being able to pull it from, except for the one specific area for the first 7 minutes, makes it much more difficult to do. And as I mentioned before, the first couple waves for Darkseer is always very difficult. So they're doing a good job just trying to weather the storm, really, of just what is the first couple waves of a Darkseer. And they're doing a good job here. And Narman, he's dragging the wave. He's done this before. He knows what he's doing here. And right now, yeah, Force is just going to pop a Clarity, and they're just going to try to get these mana boots as soon as possible. But there's no way they're slowing down Sven's farm. That's the downside of this. You always give the carry free farm if you do this, but I think they knew that ahead of time.
Does look like everything top lane's going pretty well from both the cores as well. On its chilling at the moment. MC is off to a fine start as well. They will have the hard camp potentially to spawn pretty shortly as well to help out at the moment. But really the thing I want to look for is just how the supports look to make stacks. I mean, both sides really need stacks. The Coddle in particular for Lorenov, the Templar Assassin, the Triangle, even the Darkseer. I mean, you're mentioning about the Darkseer catching up. Sometimes we see him farming Ancients, and of course, you've got a Sven on Tundra.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of potential here to do stacks, but you just need to make sure the laning stage becomes, I'll say, stable before you start stacking. And I'll imagine around the 4 or 5 minute mark, we might start seeing those pos 4s move over to their respected areas to make that happen. Most likely NP doesn't do a ton of stacking because this hero likes to be a bit more aggressive on the map. However, will there be opportunities? I think there potentially will be, but we'll have to see where on the map that would be, because he probably can't gank a puck mid, most likely. And it depends on the bot lane, how aggressive Narman and Force can get with these Ion Shields. +1 with an NP TPing in, they could make something happen.
Probably a lot of it's also going to depend on the group equilibrium as well down bottom, right? And with this small camp open at the moment from Tundra, it's always going to be able to drag the wave back. I mean, naturally, Darkseid shoves it out as well.
Oh, they're going now.
I might look to dive, though, with the creep wave. Pure might be a little bit more of a difficult kill, so they'll turn their attention to Whitemon. They do set up for a double stun, though, and now the pushback from 9cast. Well, this is just not what you were hoping for out of your first movement out of Tickles, and now he's in a lot of trouble as well. I mean, they were able to at least get the sticky bomb before the death on the techie, so that'll assist in the chase down. Another pushback out of 9cast, and oh, what is this? I mean, this cannot happen from your first rotation out of a Nature's Prophet.
Nope, and 9cast showing off a masterclass here on like his rotation was so fast. He followed the NP immediately, and if he wouldn't have made that rotation, then they would have not have got those 3 kills. But that ends up being a triple kill there for the side of Tundra. Sure, you do get 1 kill in return, but another one goes the way of Pure here, as this bot lane is now pretty much a disaster.
Yeah,
you have free farm on this Finn. Add on top of it, you now have 3 kills on top of free farm. As you can see through the net worth as well, that Pure is just going to be a monster coming out of this laning stage right away.
Do you have a preference with the coddle itemization in this game in particular? I know we've seen, like Vessel, Boots of Travel. There's also been some like Orchid rushes, which I've seen kind of be a better way to deal with the puck. So is there anything you would prefer out alone of this game?
I mean, the Boots of Travel for sure, and then from there, it doesn't matter too much. I think at that point, like Orchid is something you probably will need in this game. Just look how little control you have for a puck this game. Right? You have a lineup that has absolutely 0 stuns, so I think he's gonna have to get an Orchid at some point. And it's such a good puck game just for that reason. They get this late pick puck. The only stun or control, I'll say, not even stun, that they will have for this puck is going to be through silences. And one of them is going to be through TA traps, and the other one you imagine will be through Coddle going for this Orchid, but that's just so far out, as Lornoff isn't having the best time in the mid lane. It's a little even, but he's actually losing to Thompson here, as Thompson does have 8 denies on him.
See a bit of a contest for the bottom power rune. Be a region that spawns top, though. Very minor thing, but very cute with the glyph use from Thompson before the Lorenov wanted to move for the power, and it meant that he completely missed that full wave of gold. I think a little bit of experience as well. Dude, it's 3,000 net worth lead already 6 minutes in.
This definitely is not a lineup you want to be down 3,000 gold against either. When your team Tickles lineup, you want to be up 3k gold at this point. Well, maybe that's a bit of a stretch. You want to be up that much. This is just like unforeseen disasters, right, in the laning stage. And Norman's going to try to make things happen on the side here. 9cast does not have any detection. They're just going to scout out. There's a little bit of stacks here. But back to the point of Team Tickles. They have a lineup that has no stuns, no control, and they're playing versus a Puck. They're playing versus a Magnus. They're playing versus a Techies. All these heroes have an innate way of like escaping, and we're going to go for the 7-minute wisdoms. Nope.
I don't know how Narman read that, honestly. I mean, they used 2 scans on Tundra to be able to read that the bounty was there. I don't know if the observe ward mid lane scouted at the puck TPing over. That was a potential, but regardless, I think it is a 1-for-1 in the wisdom room department.
And they really want to get MC here.
Can they do it though? 17-1 charges. Last going to be able to connect. Not enough damage, and now Thompson with the rotation. Cole's going to leash up to the blast off as well from Whitemon once again. I mean, Tickles, their second movement of the game is going to backfire, and as a result, Tundra, they're going to clean up Narman as well. Onet will at least be able to step into the tree line, so they won't get the carry, but Tundra, 7 early kills. Sometimes things don't go the way you want them to go. Well, one of them was the laning stage, right? Like, you wanted to make things happen, you wanted to get aggressive, you picked a lineup that is supposed to be across the map, making things happen, and to be fair, they are everywhere at this point. They're just so far behind that they don't have the damage to get any kills, and it's really showing, like, the lack of stuns is hurting them. They go ahead and sprout the Magnus, try to make something happen, but they don't have a single stun to follow it up, so yeah, he just skewers backwards to safety, and with the rotation on Thompson,
getting that Dream Coil just means they're just left for dead there. And this game is getting to a point now where it's, what rotations do you have left in this game? I think you just kind of have to sit back and farm as...
And no way, they're just going to dive a Cuddle under a tower. Lorenov, no one nearby to protect him, and with the early levels up, the supports are playing with 9 class at 5, Whitemon 5 as well, so they're also pumping out a lot of damage.
They definitely are, and the one lane that was supposed to go well for the side of Tickles was this TA, but yeah, even that lane isn't being very successful here, as TA is the lowest net worth of all the cores right now, and this TA has no deaths. Out of all the cores, this is deathless. It's just the laning stage just didn't go well for Unit here, and it's one of the things of like how these POS 4s with a stun plus these really strong offlaners, no matter how you try to counterpick them, it doesn't mean you're going to win the lane automatically. So this is a good showing from the side of Tundra here, just showing that they're just playing well right now. They're just playing super well on all their cores here. And now Narman, I guess he doesn't have a choice but to try and just run around the map and make things happen. Same with Lorenov.
Surely they'll get this one. Looks like they will. No rebuttal. Tundra, they're pretty happy with what they're getting across the map. And Topson, the 9 class, should be able to take this tier 1 tower mid. They've got the power rune spawning surely as well, so potential another way for Topson to look to get active across the map. They are wanting to contest it on Tickles.
I mean, Pure is really strong here, but will he get overconfident? His calling's on cooldown, actually.
1800 health they have to go through. It's a decent chunk of damage, but the blast going to come through in a second. The reinforcements, they'll come, but they're far too late to keep this Sven alive. But there will be a rebuttal in the end. Whitemon falling low as well. So 2 kills out of Tickles, but MC finds the RP with the skewer under the tower. And there will be a double kill in the end. Can they get to Carlos as well? Tops him with a haste, dancing in and out of the tree line. And have another round of spells up in a couple of seconds. Lorenov doesn't have the greatest resources to help out this Nature's Prophet. So in the end, Tundra, I mean, they do find 3, but not the worst in the end for Tickles.
Yeah, they did get the freebie on the Sven there. Like, Pure decided to use this Quelling Blade because, you know how most carry players are. Sometimes you just spam your Quelling Blade off cooldown just to cut random trees because you're bored. He did that, and then he got surrounded. And then he was like, oh no, my Quelling Blade's on cooldown. Uh-oh. And then that kind of just got him caught out there. Yeah, small mistake there from Pure, but luckily for him, it doesn't matter that much for the game state. He's still going to be the most farmed hero in the game. He's still going to come back to a big stack of Ancients. All is good. They got rebuttal kills for his death. But it goes to show you there, you kind of need the stars to line here for Team Tickles to get a kill.
And unfortunately for them, Lorenov, no vessel charges after that little fight down bottom, so if a potential another engagement does break out for this tier 1 tower defense, he will not have that. Doesn't look like Tundra. Maybe though. I mean, MC's got Blink, RP's still down. Looks like they're pretty happy with just the trade across the map though.
Yeah, a bit of an unusual build from the Coddle here too. It was just, normally I see the Boots of Travel come out at like 7 minutes and he's all across the map, but with the early pressure of Topson in the laning stage and the fact that they killed him twice, he feels like he has to just rush Vessel. And as you mentioned, he has no charges on it either, so not only is he a lot slower than he usually is with the Boost of Travel movement speed and the teleportation across the map, he doesn't have any charges on this, so the threat right now for Tickles is, it's very minimal. And it goes back to, you have a lineup with no stuns. So if you're Puck here, you're like, you can play in their face as much as you want without any fear of dying. And to some degree, the other heroes as well. As we kind of look at Scurry from the Hoodwink, gets you across. We've got a Magnus with Skewer, and then you have Techies with Blast Off. It's only the Sven that's kind of like vulnerable to be getting stuck in place.
We'll see Narman's going to be able to start getting those tracks going. This tower still has not gone down though. I mean, they, I guess, have that difficulty at the moment with Tickles, especially without kind of bringing Olnet in, and they're not brute forcing it with their current 3 heroes, so it's going to take them quite some time. And I mean, again, they're really loving life on what you're getting out of the map on Tundra. You have Topson working on this Blink Dagger, very close to your next item out of Pure as well.
Yeah, they're getting there, and it looks like they're going to smoke and take the Twin Gate. They want to defend top lane, but I think the way that Pure has been playing already is He's pretty wise to what's going on here, playing very passively, and I think their job here is just to get as much farm as they can up here without overextending. Pure, he just wants to get to that BKB. He realizes if he buys BKB in this game, he is unkillable.
Waimon should, and he's gonna go down, right? Waimon? Okay. They got some vessel charges, so
took quite a lot, but you know they eventually did get him there. But that's a trade yet again that Tundra's not too sad about. But maybe the game just begins now for Team Tickles. Track is online. They've all been there before. Every once in a while when you play versus a bounty hunter. Plan A is to like win the laning stage and have things go nicely. Plan B is just run around with Track and try to get kills.
Like the classic, Matthew Corey snipe potentially coming to play from Narman as well if he wants to get, be really annoying. So
that's also a possibility. But that's in this game state, definitely not where you want to be.
Enough. Yeah, not where you want to be. Not going to be enough for Tickles. Down 6,000 gold, and this is still a lineup with an Empower in your arsenal, and Pure doesn't particularly need it as well. So all 3 cores on Tundra, without a doubt, in fighting shape. They've got some great vision across the map as well. We haven't really mentioned these deep observe wards that have been placed, really proving to be a bit of an issue. We're scouting out all the Tickles farming patterns.
Yeah, I think it's just Waimon that's just playing the most dangerous parts of the map. He may go down here again, but I don't even know if they can kill him, actually.
I mean, they're coming through the portal, though. And if they want to chase, they're going to go too far into Tundra's territory. You need to make your mind up pretty soon here from Tickles, and Lorinov is going to be the first point of contact. They will split their attention. Pure's going to go to the north, so he won't be there to help out with the coil, but Thompson, he's got nothing to fear. Without any stuns, his puck can get all the damage required onto the Coddle, and now Force is stuck in the trees. He's going to try and TP out, but that'll be stopped short. They didn't even kill Waimon. Again, not a single person goes down on Tundra. All 5 heroes show up, and Olnett is nowhere to be seen on this Templar Assassin.
Yeah, there's not a lot you can do in this situation as the TA. He doesn't even have his Deso yet. Like, this timing right now is a very slow farming rise for a TA, and it's just because the laning stage didn't go well, and now Pure, because he had such a great laning stage, if we go back to when he got those 3 consecutive kills, top of obviously free farm, he feels strong enough to go ahead and just join these fights. Sven, this is a hero. He's happy to join fights when he has Mask of Madness, Echo Saber. Of course, you're not just going to be running around the map looking for fights, but however, you're good to fight. TA, different type of hero. You kind of want that Desolator online with the Dragon Lance before you even join anything, but most likely you want the Blink Dagger too on top of it. So, Olnett also realizing that he doesn't even have the luxury to go for the Blink Dagger this game because they have no way to control this puck. They have no way to stop this Techies. We've seen multiple times in a row just blast off out of problems. He needs that shard immediately so he can add that silence on top of the Psionic Trap. Yeah, he's dead.
Under the T2 tower, but what have you got to fear on Tundra? With the DD on Thompson and the damage from the supports, unstoppable streak fought the puck. They look on bottom too. We're pretty deep observer. That was able to scout out Force. They're starting to move on down via the outpost. Was able to get some distance thanks to the surge. It does look like Narman as well is out of trouble. Hold that thought though. Thompson, nice read. But Force an even better one.
Looks like the Hoodwink is going to go for even more control. Looks like the Atos is on his mind for this particular game. And then Lotus Orb is coming up for Waimon as his first item. Some interesting support items. Not the usual just Glimmer, Force Staff. So it looks like we will be killing Narman yet again. Death number 6 for him there.
Jeez.
Having a bit of a rough one.
Look at this movement as well from Tundra. This is really creative. You're probably expecting Tickles to think that they're setting up behind Pure, sieging the tower, and they're going to smoke across the map, and they're going to be rewarded off the back of this Force next to the T2 tower. Mid lane with a jump over the top. Another easy kill for Tundra to find.
Yeah, that was a hold in their hand there. Definitely calling their bluff on that one. Just throwing Sven on the bot lane. He was tracked. He's like, I'll just show, guys. Go ahead and smoke across the map here. And it's full retreat mode. His ultimate is... He's deathless so far, by the way. He has not died once. But that might change pretty soon here.
They need to get him to protect him. Ultimate's going to try and deal with Whitemon. The disarm's proving to be a little bit of an issue at the moment. Blast off if they got the damage. Lorinov has to overcommit for the kill, though. Yes, he gets it. But it means it puts himself in the firing line. And MC, he's still got the RP if he can get up to Ultimate. He's got that harpoon in a couple of seconds. Drag back, skewer over towards Pure's location. Force, he's here to try and do whatever he can. I mean, it's a decent wall, but there's just nothing left in the tank. They'll get the kill onto MC, but it doesn't matter in the end. Tundra, they were the ones that were expecting Tickles to play aggressive in the early game, but with how the lanes went, there's been no stop for Tundra.
I don't know where this NP got the farm to farm an Atos, but that Atos did net them those both the kills that they did get. Pretty impressive here that the fact that even though this game has been going so bad, that Ducalis was able to find at least some form of control. How desperately they need a stun, right? And that Atos is exactly what they needed to get those 2 kills. Fight was still disaster, nonetheless, right? But without that form of like stun, they would have got absolutely nothing. So this lineup was very risky. It was really fast-paced. It's supposed to be in your face, getting kills all the time. However, we're seeing the downside if you don't win more lanes in this, or you don't have a better early game. Not having stuns can be very difficult to play the game if the game is even, or especially if you're behind.
And they're false.
Take him to Pure.
Portal. Easy kill. And now they might be able to catch up to more. Little TP out there from Lorinov. Escapes. I don't know if they know that Narman's nearby. See if they want to consider about Roche though here for Tundra. You got the God Strength ready to go. A little bit slow for them, but...
Yeah, I mean, this game is just going to be cat, mouse, whack-a-mole, whatever you want to call it. As soon as the hero shows on the map, Tundra's going to go and deal with them immediately. Even going to take their Tormentor. This is one of the worst spots you can be in a game of Dota, when your 20-minute Tormentor is taken by the enemy team. And they're just going to leave their Tormentor because they don't want to lose map control, but they're already on the enemy side of the map. And that's been like the downside of Tormentors, and why a lot of people don't think they're very good, is normally you have to lose map control to kill your own Tormentor. However, if you do kill the enemy Tormentor,
feels great.
That's free. Yeah, that's great. You don't have to lose any map control. You get the free shard on top of it, and they're going to find NT.
I mean, Pure TP to the opposite side of the map. MC only has Whitemon nearby, gets some separation with the skill. We'll try and TP, but the damage from Ducalis. What a lovely hero, man. A Nature's Prophet with an Agim Shard can do that much damage into the Magnus, and they are some much needed kills for Team Tickles.
Yeah, and yet again, like, this is one of the most annoying things about playing versus NP is your Quelling Blade situation. And guess what? He took his Quelling Blade out of his backpack so he could, or put it in his backpack so he could have Dust ready, which is also annoying because you're playing versus Bounty Hunter, so you have to have Dust, Quelling Blade in your inventory. It really shrinks the amount of items you can have there, but yeah, the Shard on top of the just damage from the Sprout did tons of damage to MC, didn't have his Quelling Blade ready. Got a bit of a freebie there, and they're going to go into Roshan, but I am not so sure you can do this one. But they're going to try. Maybe this is an opportunity to get a fight with the max vacuum that's available with wall.
Oh,
try to make it happen.
This is super scary now. I mean, Ducalis TP's right in the middle. Put himself in the front line to act as a bodyguard. It's not going to matter in the end, though. Both supports are going to go down, and now what's the call from Tickles?
Oh, no,
Ona got bashed! Oh, Ona got bashed on the TP. Please don't drop the sentry. He is praying. They have no idea, but they do indeed. There's a gem on Thompson. Just the luck of Roche to bash him when he's TPing out.
I mean, is it luck, or should you not TP out in front of Roshan?
I mean, that's probably definitely the call. You probably don't TP out in front of Roche.
Yes, this bash is... You know, Roshan's bash is always there. I feel like every time I do Roshan, you know those like last couple hits on Roshan right before he dies? You always get bashed, right? And then of course like, okay, I'm bashed for 2 seconds and the Aegis is on the ground. Now someone's gonna try and snipe it. That's just what Roshan does. He bashes you whenever the hell he wants to.
Yeah, those moments when you're playing Ursa or Husk or whatever, you're trying to sneak Roche, using Empower, those last couple of ticks, just 1 second longer, another bash comes out. It's like, what's going on? I felt like a desperate play, right, for Tickles. I mean, you're down 8,000 gold now. It felt like it was do or die. You know, if you give that Aegis over to Tundra, all of a sudden, map is already impossible to get out. It's going to be even more difficult with them just shrinking the map, and then eventually that would have been the Aegis to go high ground, and unfortunately they made the call and didn't go their way.
It did not, and now they have to... Well, I don't know exactly what they have to do to get back in this. It has to be on the back of an incredibly big team fight throw from Tundra on the high ground of Team Tickles. But if they want to just keep playing the map slow and steady, they can. It's really up to the choice of Tundra right now of how do they want to play this.
Oh, they got one. And
is.
That's the important target as well. Oh no, dragged out of the base. Nothing they're going to be able to do. I mean, he's got a buyback, but it's so disastrous for him to use it at this stage of the game.
Now you see why I ban Magnus every game.
Yeah, no, it's understandable.
It's not fun.
And look at Pure. I mean, he's going to get low enough too. MC also has his own, of course, so double harpoon. Oh boy. Not the start you want here for your game 1 qualifiers. I mean, we've seen Tickles and Tundra play previously in the past, that Bet Boom Dacha qualifier. The Tundra was able to knock out Tickles. MC is going to be able to get another 2. Drag back onto Force, not even an opportunity. This one is over, and it's been that way for quite some time now. Tundra, a very, very convincing game 1 from them. And Fear, I've got to say, this has really been the Tundra for a little bit of time now, that they had a rough going up against OG in that Bet Boom Dacha where the grand finals they got 3-0'd, and then since then in the Dream League qualifiers, the 2 series they played, they won them all and looked so much more convincing.
I mean, this game has been completely dominant. It looks like they want to try one more team fight. I'm not sure if I respect this or I think this is foolish, but either way, like, I'm going to go with the respect factor. They think they can have one more team fight, right? One more team fight. You're down 30k gold, you're playing into Aegis. I don't think there's any reason for you to, like, take your foot off the gas. You literally just used 1 coil, and you took 4 barracks. RP is still available. You still have everything up. So, all right, one last desperate fight it is. They're going to smoke it up. They're like, hey, if they come up here, we get a kill, maybe we can make something happen. I love the commitment here, the resilience, and the creativity in this Smoke Inc. But they're just so far behind. The chances of this working are incredibly low.
That's a very cute angle, but 27,000 deficit. It's going to be very difficult. They're going to see the observer ward drop. Full awareness on the position currently from Team Tickles. Pure is just going to frontline, knows no fear. But the vacuum's going to prove to be a little bit annoying from Pure. Nice harpoon onto the Ancients, though. Will be able to lower himself down to the ground, and now Pure closes the distance onto Ulnit. Refraction isn't available for him to protect himself. And now they're going to be able to clean up as well. Without Ulnit's damage, there is no hope here from Tickles in this last fight of the game.
They're showing some resilience here. Maybe there will be one more fight. You never know. But Thompson, he's got that Eul's. Like, they've been waiting so long for that Orchid that finally came on the Coddle. By the way, he didn't go boost to travel at all this game, realizing, you know, I don't need maneuverability this game, as Narman will probably go down here. We just need to win a fight.
Yeah. And, well, they won't get that successful fight. Not once this game.
Yep,
Mega's already far out.
Okay, how do you deal with this?
Oh, you don't. No, you don't. Yeah, I mean, you said it. It's some resilience, and that's always been, you know, very interesting for your different teams on their identities, and, you know, if they want to have this resilience or not. As 9 class, well, they won't get the hoodwink. Some consolation prize. MC's also ready to go once again. Silent's going to stop the jump in. Narman going to chase him down. Of course, they're scouting out Thompson too, but I mean, Carlos is wanting kills, but everyone else is a little bit slow to catch up.
Man, they're chilling. Well, Pure has a Moon Shard.
What? Okay.
He doesn't want to chill.
No, he's ready to close this game out. I mean, they're going to be able to do so surely as well. Pure, I mean, detection, boys? Anyone? Hello? I need some way to see my Templar Assassin enemy. They're going to be able to find him last second. Well, the wall is there, but Pure just instantly cleaves over the illusions. And now Pure's going to jump to be able to close out this game as well. Straight to the backline, deals with Lorenov. They almost caught out Thompson. Phase shift's going to stall him out for the moment. Thompson's not even going to die, and Pure will find a rampage. And with that, Tickles, they're forced to call it quits. An easy game 1 victory from Tundra to start the Birmingham qualifiers.
Yeah, I just think the lineup Tickles had to do way better in the laning stage. And I think a lot of it goes down to 9 class. His rotation to the bot lane, like he responded immediately